Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the DarkEnergy Core Rulebook. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this high-tech, high-magic role-playing game powered by Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the Druid character class. But before that, I would like to talk about this channel's sponsor, Heroes and Hardships. This is a universal RPG system allowing you to play any sort of story, campaign, adventure. You can create any sort of character imaginable. You have hundreds of tools to accomplish that. I'm going to put links in the description that will take you to the Kickstarter that has recently begun. I'm going to put links to the Discord, to the website, to the Tetsubo section of the website. Tetsubo is an upcoming setting based on Japan's Sengoku era. I'm also going to put links to my reviews of the Core Rulebook, the early access version, my reviews of the Quickstart guide, and the Wallace campaign setting, based on the life and exploits of William Wallace. So please check it out. Now let's continue. The Druid. You belong to one of the most ancient and secretive orders across the multiverse. As a Druid, you may worship any of the many nature deities, but you revere Mother Nature above all, and you draw your powers from her elemental essence. You also venerate the forces of nature themselves, and hold certain plants and animals to be sacred. You can be as calm as a summer breeze, or as violent as a tempest. Elemental powers flow through you, and the power to transform into mighty beasts is yours to command. Let's talk about the class features, traits, special abilities, etc. When it comes to hit points, you are pretty decent. When it comes to ability augments, you obtain 1 wisdom augment and 8 free augments as well. Concerning proficiencies, you are proficient in the use of light armor, medium armor, shields, the use of clubs, daggers, darts, javelins, maces, scimitars to name a few. Your saving throws are based on intelligence and wisdom. When it comes to skills, you have things such as animal handling, nature, perception, survival. Now let's talk about the Druid's abilities and powers. You have Tree Walker. You gain the ability to enter a tree and move from inside it to inside another tree of the same kind within a certain distance. You also have spell casting, of course. You can cast all sorts of spells related to the Druid portfolio, nature-related spells and such. You have cantrips. You can carry out ritual casting. You also have Wild Shape. You can transform into animals, and these beasts become stronger as you level up. You also have Druidic Essence, which we will talk about in a few moments. This is basically an order of druids that you commit to. You also have a Timeless Body. At higher levels, the primal magic that you wield causes you to age more slowly. And at the highest levels of power, you will be able to cast spells while in beast shape. And you will be able to use your Wild Shape ability an unlimited number of times. Let's talk about the different druidic orders. You have the Natural Way. Druids following the Natural Way have a natural connection to the earth around them, as well as the creatures nearby. They are the hands of the Mother herself, and protect and heal those whom reside in her lands. You have features such as the Druidic Companion. This is a beast companion that becomes stronger as you level up. You also have Greater Wild Shape. You can transform into any beast with a challenge rating equal to or less than your Druid level divided by 3. And you have Nature's Sanctuary at the higher levels. Creatures of the natural world sense your connection to nature and become hesitant to attack you. You also have the Order of Mutation. Mutation druids have embraced natural evolution through mutation. Where others may see an abomination, these druids see mutations as the next step in becoming closer with Mother Nature. So you have things such as Alter Shape. You can replace your Wild Shape with a mutated version. You can control your body in a whole new way, allowing for a lot of unusual changes. You have body mutations such as Acidic Step. You lick goo while you walk, creating a 5 feet wide acidic line. Creatures walking through this line take damage. You also have biosynthesis. When moving on fertile soil or organic rich environments, you regain a small amount of hit points depending on your level. You also have head mutations such as the dog head. You have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or smell, and you obtain a bite attack that does corrosive damage instead of piercing damage. There's also the shark head mutation, giving you an advantage when swimming, and you have a nasty bite, of course. You have other mutations such as the leg mutations. For example, if you wanted tentacles instead of legs, you have a mutation for that. Your familiar can also mutate as well, and at the higher levels, you can mutate so powerfully that you can alter the physical form of your allies as well. The mutations act as subtle enhancements, but it's still pretty useful. Then you have the Order of Rot. Druids that believe in the power of rot see themselves as servants of the natural cycle of decomposition and growth. They use borderline necromancy to perform their tasks, and as such are often shunned by Druid society. You have things such as Refreshing Rot. You gain the ability to channel the energy created at a living creature's death to heal yourself or your allies. You have Fungal Growth, which basically infects an enemy in order to deal damage because of the fungi growing inside that enemy's body. You also have an Aura of Spores at the higher levels. This allows you to create this field of necrotic damage enhancement, so if you deal necrotic damage to the enemy, it's going to be even more powerful. You can even become one with decay to the point that all damage that you deal counts as necrotic damage. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about the Engineer character class. I really like this druid. I especially like the Order of Mutation, because you have all of those weird changes. You can grow extra heads, you can throw parts of your body, you can modify your body so that it becomes adhesive or sticky, and you can come up with some weird combinations. Maybe you want to have the head of a dog and the tail of a shark, giving you an advantage when it comes to swimming, but you also have that perception based on hearing or smell advantage. But depending on the terrain and the task at hand, maybe you want to go full shark with a shark head and a shark tail. So it's all up to you. There are many combinations. When it comes to the Order of the Natural Way, this feels more like a tanky sort of druid, and it is extremely useful when you move through certain places that contain many beasts or animals because they are hesitant to attack you. When it comes to the Order of Rot, this is all about dealing damage. It's not as hardy as the other two orders, but this one is all about dealing constant damage to the enemy because of your spores and your fungal or necrotic damage. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.